Emma, it's nice to meet you. Thank you so much for your time today. I loved the movie.
Oh.
You hadn't read it before, but I hear that you had some friends that had, and they sort of recommended it to you and told you how much they loved it.
Yeah, well, they told me off actually because they were like, "How have you not read this book? It's like seminal. You have to read it." So I was a bit behind the game when I got sent the script and was like, "This is amazing. I have to make this into a film." But yeah, no, it's amazing. It has like a really intense sort of like cult following among the kids that really identify with it, so it's cool.
And I imagine you had your pick of the roles after Potter finished, but what was it about this story that you wanted to tell? What was it you wanted to play?
It felt special. It felt a bit different. It was authentic and honest, and it didn't sensationalize or glamorize or, you know, patronize. It was just felt to me a very straight telling of what it's really like to go through adolescence. So it's funny because I never thought in a million years I would be doing like a high school, playing an American high school student. But that was just the story that really, spoke to me. So
cool. The movie has lots of funny moments, but also lots of quite difficult moments. How was it getting that tone, and how did you work that out with your fellow cast members?
Well, I think it's the balance that really makes the film, because if you had, you know, just the sort of more dark, more intense moments, I think it would feel like quite a lot. But because it has these very witty, kind of funny bits, it's sort of like, balances out nicely. So yeah, it was really for Steve to get that right balance. But I think it's the right. People have been telling me today that they needed warnings that they should have brought tissues in with them because it is quite sad.
I shed a tear.
Quite sad.
I did shed a tear. Don't tell anyone that.
I won't. Secret safe with me.
Thank you. You mentioned Steve, the director. What was it like working with the man that had written the original story and then gone on to direct the film?
It was so amazing to work with Steve because I knew that in his hands the film was really safe, that obviously the spirit that was in the book had the best chance of being translated to the screen because he's behind it. And if there was ever a scene that I didn't know how to play or a moment that I didn't really know what it meant or whatever, he could give me an anecdote from his own life because a lot of the story for him is autobiographical. So it was amazing, an amazing resource, really.
Cool. There's loads of great scenes in the film, and one of them I loved the Rocky Horror Show bits. But how was it for you? Was it quite intimidating having to go on stage dressed as you were in front of all the people?
Yeah, I said to Steve before, I was like, only for you would I get up on stage in a corset and fishnet tights and dance around and do all this crazy stuff that I did. It's like, looking back, I realise at the time it felt like a huge stretch. Now it doesn't feel so crazy, but I think just coming out of playing Hermione for so long and you get so sort of set in a certain way of being that it felt really crazy, which it probably isn't that crazy looking back, but at the time I felt very anxious and it really pushed me out of my comfort zone, definitely.
Yeah. Your fellow cast members are great as well. What was it like working with Logan and Ezra?
They're just such sweethearts. They're both genuinely such nice boys, and we became really close. And it's really funny, even if I felt like people didn't like the film after the end of it, I had such an amazing experience making it, and I became very, very close with them and all of the cast actually, that it didn't really matter because it was an important experience for me personally.
Cool. I need to wrap up, but finally on Noah, is it as epic as we're hoping, and how dark does it get?
Oh, it's like epic times a million, and knowing Darren, it will be dark, but it definitely won't be your typical biblical story. He'll do it in a way that feels like modern and edgy and interesting.
Cool. I look forward to that, and I can't wait for people to see this film. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank
Cheers.
You.